Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome to this senior for mathematics and complex numbers. We are now on example 3 under multiplication of complex numbers. And it says multiply and simplify the following. So the solution to this would be solution part A, that is 5 plus 5i times negative 3 minus 7i. This would be equals to, we say it, since there are two brackets, every term in one bracket has to multiply every other term in the other bracket. So we shall say 5 times negative 3, and that gives us negative 15. Again 5 times the next term, which is negative 7i. That gives us negative 35i. Now 5 is done, so we come to 5i, but it's positive here. So we can just say 5i times negative 3, it gives us negative 15i. Then again this 5i times negative 7i. First of all, positive times negative is negative. 5 times 7, 35. I times I is I squared. Then we go on to simplify. Negative 15. What is negative 35 minus? What is negative 35i minus 15i? That is going to be 50. Negative 50i minus 35 I squared. But what is I squared? It's negative 1. Simply from the Euler's property that says I squared is negative 1. So we shall now have negative 15. What is negative 35 times negative 1? It becomes positive 35. And I've collected the like terms. These are the real parts together. And then the imaginary part is negative 15, but I. What is negative 15 plus 35? That is simply positive 20. Press the calculator. Minus 50i. And this is the solution for part A. Going to part B. Part B is 2 plus 6i. 2 plus 6i times 3 minus I equals to the same way. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times negative I is negative 2i. Now 2 is done. So we come to 3. We come to 6i. 6i times 3 will be positive, single above positive 18i. 6i times negative I. This one is positive times negative is negative. 6 times 1, 6. I times I squared. But we know that I squared equals to negative 1. So here we can have 6. What is negative 2i plus 18i? That would give us positive 16i. But minus 6i squared, we have substituted I squared as negative 1. This gives us here 6. Negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. So here plus 6 plus 16i. The answer becomes 12 plus 16i. So this is the solution for part B. Going to part C, we are following the same principles throughout. So for part C, it is negative 1 plus 2i. Multiply it with 1 plus the I. This becomes negative 1 times 1, that is negative 1. Negative 1 times 3i, that is negative 3i. Positive 2i times 1, that is positive 2i. Positive 2i times positive 3i, that is positive 6i, but squared, because I times I is I squared. Is equals to negative 1, negative 3i plus 2i, that is simply negative I. plus 6. What is I squared? This is negative 1. From where? From the Euler's property that I squared equals negative 1. So what do we do here? We shall have here negative 1 minus I. Positive 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. So here we shall have negative 6, negative 1 minus 6 minus I. It gives us here negative 7 minus I. This is the solution for example 3 of this complex number. Thank you.